All right, my Keisha, you got a job to do, girl. You've been dipping out early on us. All right, everybody. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica. Hold on a second. All right, what's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. I had to get myself together. Hope everybody is doing well. We are down here, girl, to talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Hope everybody is doing well. Hope everybody is in good spirits. If you're not, maybe you'll be in good spirits when we are done with this video. Now, one thing I have to say, in total, like in totality, is that I don't understand why, and I'm also thinking about Married to Medicine, why we all can't be on the same accord. Why can't we all see something and be like, yep, that's what it is, without somebody coming in and being like, that's not it? And it's like, are you okay? Like, you can't see what's happening? So that's all I had to say about that. Because I look at last night I was watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and I was just reading. I'm using the hashtag, so I'm reading some of the comments. And there, during the after show, Sutton says, "I don't know why it just seems like Bose is angry with me." Somebody takes that clip and puts it out and says that Sutton called Bose an angry black woman. I was like, "What the fuck?" Y'all gotta stop that. Like, I know we can pull the race card, we can pull the gender card, we can, what other card do you got? Oh, the mom card. That's the best one, right? We know all the cards that you're holding, my dear. And it's like, why hold the race card and then like with a clip, and then it's not even be in the right context? And I know that people are trying to get engagement. I know that people are trying, I know what, but I'm just like, I feel like if you want to get engagement, like, say something that makes sense. Don't try to race bait. And unfortunately, there are groups of people watching black people watching this television show, and white people watching this television show, who do not have friends in their friend group that are black or from the diaspora, black American, Jamaican, Dominican, Haitian, whatever, right? Nigerian, Kenyan, right? No, there are some people who do not have a culturally diverse group of people. I feel like the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, the way that friend group looks, with Garcelle, with Bose, with all of the women, including Crystal, that is how friend groups look in Southern California. And so when you are watching this show, attempting to watch it with the lens of just race across the screen, it I don't understand how y'all don't it's not enjoyable to me to be looking at a television show with the lens of race in the front, to the point where Sutton said, it just seems like she's angry with me. This person took that clip and said that Sutton called Bose an angry black woman. She's calling her angry. I know what you're trying to do. And that's not what she did. She says she's acting like she's angry with her. She didn't call her angry. So I didn't particularly like that. I feel like Bose is not being honest about having a bias for Dorit. I don't think she's being honest. Where she's telling everybody else that it's what's her name is not being honest about being cold with her. Just be honest. Just be honest and tell me what it is. Then you need to also be honest and be like, you know what? I have taken a liking to Dorit and I am listening to her, but I'm also watching you guys. And yes, I probably have a little bit of biases because I am listening to her story and she shared with me immediately. I feel like Bose is not being honest about that. Reba, they start off where they left off, where they're still in Augusta. Reba finally tells Sutton that she loves her. I was like, there it is. She was like, oh, I love you. Sutton was surprised. Everybody was excited. And Sutton said that I watched the after show. So Sutton said that she has she said it again on her birthday. She told her she loved her. And then her friend, what was his name? James? It was the guy that was with her that came out from the back. I guess he died. And so she was telling Sutton that she's lonely and she's sad. And so Sutton sees like, oh, she is actually um sharing her feelings with me. So I feel like I'm getting somewhere. And I feel like those kind of people that like the baby boomers and the silent generation, once they get older and they are like an unemotional person throughout their entire life, once they get older and death is knocking on their door, they tend to become more sensitive. That's just how it goes. So we're glad that Reba finally told Sutton that she loves her. Bozoma's cousin sister comes over to visit. She has gold flakes in the drinks. I said, I know that's right, bitch. You better put the gold flakes. She said she likes gold flakes and everything. She talked about with her cousin. She talked about Keely and how they are really talking about having a baby. She's going to have an ultrasound and he's going to have to give some samples. They're going to go to the fertility place. So her cousin was like, oh, okay. So it's like, okay, so y'all are like for real. She's like, yeah, at first it was in theory, but now it's a reality. And she's very nervous and scared. She feels like, and even with a little bit encouragement from her cousin, like maybe it's moving fast. It's moving fast. Um, she said she shares with us that she had a pregnancy where she had preeclampsia and the daughter was named Eve. She had her and the baby died. So with her next pregnancy, Lael, she says every appointment was scary. She's like, and then in the after show, she was saying how every morning she had to wake up and give herself some blood thinners. So her experience with pregnancy was not present in the pregnancy, but more so kind of like worried about if the baby is going to come to term and live. And so she basically has that only pregnancy wasn't the great experience. And I said, I have had two children and I really enjoyed being pregnant. I did. I really enjoyed being pregnant. I enjoyed it. I did. I really did. For a person who never wanted children, I never wanted children, right? Never wanted children, never wanted to get married, had children and had two children. And and my first pregnancy was enjoyable, was a little stressful. Both of them were a little stressful. Their father kind of made it stressful, but not kind of. The second one came early, I believe, from the amount of stress that I was dealing with. So I understand what she says, like, not having the greatest experience and then wanting to be able, but then to me, I feel like the amount of stress that you were dealing with that pregnancy, I do not feel that Bose should carry a baby. It's up to her. It's her body, her choice. But just knowing what she went through, you had one baby die, you had to take blood thinners on the next baby, and now and it's like, y'all be looking at men and being like, I want to have your baby. Like, do you look at them like that and be like, because why would you put yourself, and that's the part that fucks with me, is that women put themselves through delivering babies who are dead, child. I couldn't, I don't even, girl, just thinking about that just sent the chills. I could not even imagine. And then for that to happen, and then you slap somebody else's last name on your baby, your body is going through literally life and death at the same time. It's happening. You are co-creating with God. Do you hear me? And when that motherfucker comes out, you gonna slap somebody else's name on it, girl. Absolutely not. No, 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 no. I can't do that. I could have died. She could have died. They could have died. We're not slapping your name on our work, girl. Between me and the creator, girl, give me a break. Thank you for your DNA matter and your codes. Thank you. But the baby's gonna have my. I don't understand why Bose wants to put herself through that again, and I don't know. And then add the layer of her age, right? We're not saying that you can't have babies. We see women having babies older and older. I think part of that baby thing, having babies younger, is to keep the workforce going. They really don't like the birth rate and the fertility rate. The fertility rate is going down. Women are not having as many babies, and the birth rate is going down. Because the birth rate is going down, and it's creating a mess in a lot of in a lot of communities and a lot of countries. It's creating mess because there's no workforce, because women are waiting until they're older to have babies. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. And I had to stalk Keely's page. He looks like he comes from a good family. He's very family oriented. The people in his family seem like they're accomplishing great things. He spends time with his mother, travels with his mother. Like he looks good on IG. His IG checks out. But I don't know. And then to think that you're putting yourself, your body, all of this, it's not just your body, but the emotional. I've never had the experience of having a stillborn baby. And you see, I just got emotional because I can't even imagine. I can't. So I don't know if that was, but that happens, right? Some people, what's her name, had that happen to her. Shay, I think it was Shay Johnson from Love and Hip Hop, Flavor of Love. Her baby, there was no heartbeat, and she had to deliver a baby that did not have a heartbeat. And then at the end, can you imagine, like, when you actually think about it, why would you put somebody else's name on, and you done all that work? You put your body, your hormones, your emotional health, mental health, physical health, through all of that, and then when the baby comes out, you give it, that baby, that man's last name and a semblance of his first name. Girl, fuck that shit. EJ Global calls Kyle, and they say that Dorit is about to have a party, and so maybe you can connect with Bose when you get there, because she said you were cold. She was like, I don't even know why she said that. And then she said something like, oh, you could be iceberg if I'm gonna be the ice queen. And she was like, what are you talking about? She was like, she didn't get the joke. Kyle, it went over Kyle's head, because we know Kyle doesn't like anybody talking about her or having critiques about how she shows up. I think and Sutton called that out. And so let's get through it. So the Fourth of July party at barbecue at Dorit's house. PK is not there. She wants to not think about how sad it is for him not to be there. They do a lot of things together. Sutton arrives and waits approximately 40 minutes before Dorit comes down. She will not go outside. She's sitting in the house. When she first walks in Dorit's front door, there's a round table at the front door with just pictures of her and PK. She says she doesn't pay attention to it, that she always comes to the garage and she doesn't really pay attention to it, but she didn't realize like how it looked at the table. It did look like a shrine to their marriage. It looked like an altar to their marriage. Kyle arrives. She says, "Have you said hi yet?" And she was like, "No, I haven't gone outside." Sutton is waiting inside, right? And she hasn't gone. I don't know them people. Did you hear her when she said that? Finally, Dorit comes down about 40 minutes. Dorit says that she didn't want Kyle and Sutton to arrive first because it's weird with them. I was like, ugh. And then she grabs, so Sutton has this little mini Hermes little Birkin bag, a little mini one, right? Dorit grabs it and acts like, I'm gonna steal this and you owe it to me. And it got really awkward. And she was looking at her and like, go back and look at Kyle and Sutton's face. They were like, she did not laugh. She did not. It's just a joke, girl. It was not a good joke. None of your jokes, Dorit, were landing on Sutton. You come in, you don't greet. When she came down, when she finally came downstairs after 40 minutes of them of Sutton waiting, she hugged Kyle. She didn't even greet Sutton. Go back and watch it. She didn't greet Sutton. So now you grabbing my purse and acting like you're gonna steal it. You're not laughing. I obviously is a joke because you're not really gonna steal my Birkin bag, but you don't laugh. Even Kyle was like, "This is getting awkward, so I'm gonna go outside because this is getting weird." And it was. I was like, "Girl, Dorit, no." Dorit says, "No." She was like, "I'm gonna take your Birkin." She was like, "No, I'm good." She was like, "No, we're not." And then she was like, this is awkward." Garcelle arrives. "What are you drinking? Is there alcohol in it?" Dorit says, "You just asked Sutton if there was alcohol in it. You just asked Sutton if there was alcohol in it? Like, are you kidding me? Sutton, of course there's alcohol in it. That was not said, but that is how Dorit was saying it." So Sutton says, "Oh," she says, "Oh, Dorit, don't be a bitch," or something like, "Oh, Dorit, you're such a bitch." What'd she say? "Oh, Dorit, shut up, you're such a bitch." She said, "Excuse me?" She was like, "That's not nice." She was like, Sutton said she never apologized for suggesting that she had a drinking problem. Sutton said it's hurtful and it's not true. And that she was being a bitch. And she was like, she was being a bitch to be a bitch. I put Sutton's voice. Go back and listen to Sutton's voice. It wasn't that high pitched, soft voice. Her entire voice changed. I was like, oh, Sutton was really mad. In her interview, she was like, she was being a bitch to be a bitch. I was like, oh, it wasn't that Miss Augusta. I'm from Miss Southern Belle from Augusta. No, ma'am. She went into, I don't know what mode that was. I was like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Dorit. Don't get on Sutton's bad side. Sutton says she never apologized to her for saying she had a drinking problem. She was like, you know what? I'm going to go. Dorit says, don't call me a bitch in my home for fuck's sake. Sutton said, I'm sick of fighting with you. She was like, thanks for having me. I'm out. She was like, you just call me a bitch and go? And Kyle was looking like, oh my God. Even Garcelle was like, oh God. Oh no. So Sutton storms out. Garcelle says, I think it's on the back of you saying the vodka and the coffee thing. And did you hear when okay, so Sutton is going to, like, she's walking out, right? With the same shit she told Kyle not to do. Exactly. She's walking out, breaking up the scene. Who do you think you are, Sutton? Right? Same shit she told Kyle. I'm glad Kyle called it out. So as she's walking out, Kyle and Garcelle are going after her. And to Kyle's point on the after show, we just came back from a very emotional, vulnerable trip where Sutton was sharing something very vulnerable and emotional about her life. And now she's storming out of this house. We're going to go after her just based on our trip alone. Dorit didn't like that they went after her. Go after her. Go get your little crybaby. Make sure you have her drink. This is Dorit in the confessional. So she's doubling down on the drinking, right? Bose in the after show was like, well, if you've dealt with an alcoholic, because she said PK is an alcoholic. You've dealt with an alcoholic, So you know what it looks like. Does she? Does she? Okay. She says, as she was running out, Garcelle, okay, so they're all sitting in like a little cabana. As Sutton is running out, when Garcelle goes after her, she turns around to Dorit and says, I think it's because of the coffee and the vodka thing, right? As she's going out to chase her. And then as she turns around, she orders watermelon and vodka. Well, girl, she said, as I'm running out, why was Garcelle ordering drinks as she was running out to go get Sutton? I thought that was so funny. I laughed a lot on this episode. I did. So said, I'll have one of those watermelon vodka things. Girl, ever since I cried, now my eyes are now my eyes are foggy. I'm trying to get my eyes together. Okay. So she goes, I'll have one of those watermelon things. She says, run after Crybaby and make sure you have her drink. So Kyle and Garcelle run after her. Garcelle is kind of talking to Sutton and was like, I know you didn't want to come, right? Sutton didn't want to come. So Sutton is already there. And so now when you understand, when you talk to people and you understand, like, first of all, she didn't want to come. She walks in, nobody greets her. 40 minutes, you come downstairs. When you come downstairs, you don't greet her, you greet Kyle. Then you snatch her bag from her and tell her without smiling, this is my bag. Don't you think you owe me this bag for after what you put me through, basically? And then when you get outside, you insinuate alcoholism again, an abuse of alcohol again. Here we are back to, like Sutton said in the after show, you have the bone, we bury it, you go back and you get the bone thinking that it's still good. And you keep going back and you get the bone and you bring it up. Someone's like, I'm out of here. But to Kyle's point, Sutton, you can't be getting up and leaving the scene. You just got on Kyle. There you go, Virgo, having a bunch of rules and you not following none of the damn rules. That Virgos are famous for that. Bitch, I got all the rules. I'm going to make all the rules and do as I say, not as I do. Okay. Do as I say, not as I do. That's the Virgo quote of the motherfucking year. Do you hear me, girl? I'm glad they called her out on that because you don't get to walk out of the scene. So Garcelle's like, girl, I know you took the high road and you came. She was like, and Sutton, go look at Sutton's face. She's so fucking mad, and she had this little tiara with stars on it because it's 4th of July. She got so mad she took it off and threw it down. Kyle was like, you know, some little kids around here. She was like, oh, I'll pick it up. Girl, so Sutton was throwing a tantrum. As they're standing at the door, here come Bose talking about, what's up, bitches? Garcelle said, girl, we can't leave with that. That already got us in some shit. Dorit just got mad because somebody called her a bitch, girl. You cannot roll up to the spot talking about what's up, bitches. That was funny. Dorit greeted her. Did you see how Dorit greeted Bose and talking about what she say? I just needed some new energy, right? Because she did not want Kyle and Sutton to arrive first. She didn't. Sutton moves off to the side as soon as Bose comes up because she doesn't want her to see her upset, right? So she moves off to the side and she's just standing there. She's just standing off to the side. So they're still all in the front of the house, right? Dorit and who was it? Dorit and Kyle. No, Kyle is in the front. It was Dorit and somebody else. Kathy hadn't showed up yet. Kathy arrived after Bose. So, anyways, Sutton moves to the side. Garcelle said it was a bad joke. Let's just go get another nasty drink. I'm sorry I have to leave your little hot dog party. So, Sutton wants to walk out. She wants to go. And that's when Kyle says, you make rules for everybody except for yourself. Kyle goes to Dorit and says, maybe you want to come talk to her. She was like, no, y'all talk to her. She's not going to respond to me. Go talk to her yourself. Let her tell her about the sisterhood. Remind her about the sisterhood. Right? So Sutton is still sitting over there. Sutton says, Dorit says, why is Sutton overreacting unless there's something bigger, a bigger issue? People who are not abusing alcohol or are not alcoholics or having, a weird relationship with alcohol do not like to be called or anybody to suggest that they are misusing or abusing alcohol. Nobody likes that. And if that's the thing you're going to poke at Sutton about, okay, then Sutton is going to come back next week and poke at that wallet, girl. Say, oh, you want to poke about me having grapefruit juice and vodka? She does ocean spray pink grapefruit juice and vodka. That is Sutton's drink, right? She even carries her own grapefruit juice with her, right? So people might say, "Girl, you might have a little." No, I feel like she just knows how she likes to have her drinks, right? So if that's gonna be the thing you want to poke at, Dorit, I'm gonna poke at your wallet, bitch. So next week, I can't wait. Now Sutton said it wasn't her finest moment, but I'm coming for your wallet. You gonna come for my vodka? I'm coming for your wallet, bitch. Aren't you 4 months behind on your mortgage, girl? Is it okay for us to be here? They not gonna come pick the house up and wheel it off while we're here? Just want to know, girl. Erica comes through with a fucking denim dress from Forever 21 talking about she's a slutty American. I really believe that Erica was high. I do. Because first of all, she desperately wanted to eat a hot dog. Then when she comes in talking about she's a slutty American. Then when they get into the back, when Bose says to Kyle, I'm not trying to Heisman you, like the Heisman Trophy. Here go Erica. Girl. She was like, girl, she sat down. She was like, what's going on? She comes through the door. What's going on? Sutton says, I'm leaving. She was like, it's awkward already. She was like, I just want a hot dog, right? So Dorit is starting on her with the vodka thing. Erica goes, oh, right? So Erica understood, right? Then here comes Kathy Hilton through the door. Bose comes over, right? Bose already goes outside after, but then she comes back and she was like, why are they congregating over there? She didn't pause long enough at the door to find out that Sutton was leaving because her and Dorit got into it. So she stayed for a little while at the front door and then she left, but everybody else is still at the front door. So now that Kathy's there, it's Garcelle, Dorit, Kyle, Erica, and Kathy at 5 people standing at Dorit's front door. So Bose comes over and says, can we come inside of the house? Can we come into the house? Because it's kind of rude. Sutton says, I'm uncomfortable. She didn't, I don't think she heard Sutton say, or she just ignored it. But Sutton says, I'm uncomfortable. And she didn't even say, like, what are you uncomfortable about? She was like, well, Dorita's the host, and let's not be rude. And then Garcelle blurts out, stop being Dorit's spokesperson. And I totally understood what Bo said later. When when she said something about the sisterhood, she was like, well, you were just coming over telling us how we were being rude. She was like, that's sisterhood, telling y'all, checking y'all, keeping you honest. Girl, it's rude. Come to the fact. But one thing that Bose missed, that was a misstep, was that she didn't ask Sutton, right? So she felt like Sutton was being coddled. If you want to coddle her, go ahead and coddle her. And she walks away. But it was like, you didn't even find out why she's uncomfortable. You didn't find out. She said she was uncomfortable. You feel like she's being coddled. You don't know what, you didn't even seek to find out. I feel like Bose just misstepped that. I don't know if she didn't hear her, but Sutton did say, I'm uncomfortable. Right? She did. She said the girls have no couth. If y'all want to coddle her, just coddle her. And then Garcelle said, what just happened? No, Garcelle, because you blurted that out. And everybody knows, baby, they showed a montage of Garcelle backing Sutton up, right? That's her friend. We have a history. You just met this girl and you backing her up and you don't know the history, right? You don't even know the history of the alcohol comment from Dorit and Sutton. So you don't even know that that is a little tender spot for Sutton. So if you would have asked her, why are you uncomfortable? She would have probably been able to explain a little bit about, yeah, she's taking digs at me drinking. We have a little issue of her trying to insinuate that I was an alcoholic last year. But you don't know that. But you are, and I don't know, there was a story going around that said that Jennifer Tilly, like the cast didn't really like Jennifer Tilly. I don't understand that. Jennifer wasn't at this party, but in her interviews and in the after show, when I tell you that lady is so perceptive, and when she psychoanalyzes the situation, it is so like on point. I'm like, damn, she is really good. I don't know where that story came from. I can't imagine people not liking Jennifer Tilly. What? I was like, that's not true. Anyways, she says, I guess she's team Dorit. She doesn't know the backstory. Dorit is outside saying it's rude. It lacks empathy. There's no support. There's no grace. Don't be a douche. That's what she says about Sutton. Sutton says she's coming for me. Sorry your business is failing. Sorry you can't have a clean divorce like I did. I don't want to be Dorit's punching bag, so I'm leaving. I don't have, it's nothing. Whatever's going on in your life, don't take it out on me. That's Sutton's stance. Sutton ends up leaving the party. So everybody goes outside, and then here goes Erica's weird ass. She tells Bose, you look cute, by the way. Bose looks at her. I know she lied. It was like, you look cute too. When I tell you, Erica Jane had on a denim dress, bitch, with a collar on it. She had on a denim dress with a collar on it. Kyle had on a denim, like a jumpsuit onesie, like no top, like, what do you call it? Like a tank top, not tank top, tube top type of situation. But it was a onesie. It just didn't have any straps or sleeves or whatever. Strapless. Hers was denim, right? Just plain, not nothing fancy. So as they're going to sit down, did I put that? Oh, I think that's later. Oh, no. She said it. She was like, she tells Bose, you look cute. And then Bose says, oh, you look cute, by the way. Bose says, oh, you look cute. And then as they're going to sit down, here comes Kyle with her plain onesie denim outfit. Erica goes, ooh, I like that costume. Are you high? Girl, what is going on? I said, Erica must be high. She must be, because what costume? Even Kyle said, what costume? Girl, what are you talking about? Garcelle says she didn't feel welcomed. And then Dorit says she called me a bitch. Bo says, if you call me a bitch in my house, that's fighting words. And then Kathy says, we're not mean girls, but maybe I'm just used to it. And Kyle was like, yes, we just used to it. Kyle says, shit, I'm ready to drink. So where's the support and the spirit of sisterhood? And then Garcelle says to Bose, where's your spirit of sisterhood telling us what we were rude? She was like, that is sisterhood. And she's right. It is. Girl, you being rude right now. That's sisterhood. Every time you're telling us what to do, it's about Dorit when you don't even know the story. And she's like, I'm just calling it how I see it. And she said, so are we. But you're always speaking for Dorit. And then Erica says, Garcelle, you can't say nobody is the spokesperson for anybody. You've been the spokesperson since Sutton got here. You've been the spokesperson for Sutton. And they showed a montage, and it always seems one-sided. They need to stop being threatened. What was that? Who said that? Oh, they need to stop being threatened about Dorit and Bose's relationship. Okay. I hope they remain friends. I think it's cute. I don't know how Bose is going to respond knowing that she's been duped by Paul and Dorit with this whole divorce thing. They duped us with the robbery thing. They duped us. They're about to dupe us with this divorce thing. So that's where I am with it. Oh, didn't you say Kyle wasn't being welcoming to you? So you felt a certain way. Okay, because that when Garcelle said it, I was like, "What is it? What? How? Garcelle, where did you come from?" So Sutton was upset because she wasn't feeling welcomed. Didn't you say Kyle was cold to you, not welcoming you? Didn't you say that? So basically, don't you understand where Sutton is coming from? I think that's what Garcelle was trying to say. Let me know if that's what you thought Garcelle was trying to say. Because in the moment, I was like, girl, what does that have anything to do with anything? So Garcelle says, well, didn't you say Kyle was being cold to you? Wasn't being welcoming to you? Kyle says, that's funny you said that because I actually felt the opposite. I thought we had a great connection. They showed a montage of them connecting. So what do y'all think of that? Was it enough? Was that montage of Bose and Kyle connecting at different times, was that enough? Does it support what Bose is saying that she feels cold coming from and not welcoming coming from Kyle? Or maybe it's because when you got to the party, to the surrealism party, you latched on to Dorit and you haven't let go. So that you might be putting in kind of that barrier. And Kyle might be like, girl, okay, you so cool with Dorit. I'm gonna let you be cool with Dorit. She came to your house, she gave you flowers, they showed them. So y'all tell me what you think. Is it enough for Bose to say that Kyle is being cold and unwelcoming? Kyle says it hurts her feelings. Bose says we haven't had. I've had very deep conversations with everybody else, and we haven't had that. You seem distant and cold. Go look at Kathy's face. There's no warmth. She hasn't shared anything with me about her life. I don't have anything to go on. I don't have anything to work with. She said she's being sharp. I said, come on, sharp. Kyle feels singled out. You got to know Dorit first, and maybe that's where your loyalty is. It's clear on how you scolded us earlier at the door. I said, get her, Kyle. Kyle and Kyle. When Kyle said, you just, yep. I said, get her, Kyle. Because go and watch Dorit. It's so obnoxious because she's being affirmed by Bose, but Bose is only affirming a one-sided story, right? A one-sided story. So every time Dorit is like, yep, oh yes, every time. And she said it's starting to get gross. You are up her ass and it's grossing me out. It's gross. It's getting gross. And then she says, I feel like you're harder on me. Even at the Viper Room, because Bose was like, what? Why? She was like, at the Viper Room. You told her to pick up her phone and block PK. We need to just pick the phone up and block him now. You don't even know PK. And she was like, you don't even know PK. And so from that part, I was just like, okay, Judge Judy, like you're judging me. And then she was like, why does she need to meet him? She was like, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Bose. And then she goes, well, if you are talking about me and my life, I can chime in. That's when Bose says, I'm not trying to do the Heisman and push you out. Here goes Erica. I said,
trying to like Heisman you, push you out because I'm being led by Dorit.
The edible kicked in, girl. I know it has. Dorit interrupts Kyle and Bo's conversation and says, I don't even know what's going on with you. Girl, Kyle says, what are you talking about? Garcelle is over there laughing because, girl, we were just on the beach talking about what was going on with us and how we're going to start over. So why are you here today on the 4th of July telling me you don't know what's going on? Have we got together since the beach? No, we haven't. So why are you interrupting? A lot of people feel like she interrupted because she doesn't want Kyle and Bose to make up. She doesn't want them to mend that little part. She doesn't want them to. Because I was like, why the fuck did she interrupt that? With and then when Kyle said, what are you talking about? Like, I'm talking to Bose. She was like, this don't even have anything to do with Bose. Well, girl, that's what we was talking about. How did it become all about you all of a sudden? Hello? Okay, I'm just wondering. You're trying to back up every little thing. You're all over her ass. It's gross now. And then she goes, this doesn't have anything to do with her. She was like, you back up everything she says. Yep, yep, yep. Garcelle says, not Garcelle, she said, from Garcelle's beach house. Aren't we starting fresh? Let me know. I need to know now. Dorit says, I feel like I'm being clawed at. And then she says, well, we have to build from scratch. We're working our way back to a space. And she was like, I need to get up. So Kyle gets up, Dorit gets up. They end up going upstairs. So the conversation between Bose and Kyle was interrupted by Dorit. Do y'all think Dorit interrupted because she doesn't want Bose and Kyle to make up? What do y'all think? That's what the people are saying online. Because I was like, girl, did she finish? Why? What happened? Why she interrupt her? I didn't like that. I didn't understand that. I didn't like. I don't even know what's going on with you, girl. You know why you don't know? Bose don't know because she's new to the group, but you know why you don't know, bitch. Girl, so Kyle and Dorit go upstairs. Girl, it's a mess upstairs. It's so disorganized. Kyle says that this is out of character for Dorit. Dorit keeps her home immaculate. All of this stuff, racks, clothing racks, shoes all over the place, stuff all over the place. She said they talk about taking parts of the closet. She says, yeah, I started taking parts of Mauricio's closet. She was like, why did you only take a piece of it? I think she's taken PK's entire closet. She said, did you think maybe he would come back? You think he's coming back? Is that why? So she says, did you only take part of the closet because you thought he might be coming back? She was like, yeah, the separation, they don't know what they're going to do. She was like, so what was the plan after 6 months? I guess to revisit, right? Just to put something on it to make the blow less harder. To kind of ease out of the relationship. I actually think that is a good idea when you both know, okay, it's our relationship is coming to an end. We're going in different directions. We are not seeing eye to eye, whatever the reason, right? And it doesn't seem like they're in a volatile relationship at all. It just seems like it's over with, just like that damn psychic told her. It's just he's not emotionally fulfilling you. You still traipsing around town with Morgan, so I'm glad she still has a friend in her. I don't know, they might be down there kissing lesbians, girl. Kissing lesbians. They might be.
What about your lesbian relationship, bitch?
But they were sitting there just talking, and it was just Dorit and Kyle sitting in Dorit's room. And she says, well, I kind of knew we were not going to revisit after 6 months, basically, because he started buying furniture. At first, he just staged the condo, but then he started buying furniture for the condo. How do you feel? We still feel like family. Do you want to get back together? Kyle says, no, I actually want to take this time. Now you want to take this time. Do you want a divorce? She was like, I'm not going to stay like this. If we're not going to get married, we're not going to get back together. I'm not going to stay like this. So divorce is the only next step. She says, what about you guys getting back together? She said, it's not happening. We've been in denial, like we're still family. I want to do what they're doing just to live, right? You both are sitting there, and to whoever made the point a few episodes ago that Erica did, y'all are good friends. Your husbands are friends because y'all are friends. Now your husbands have a good relationship. They formed a friendship. They're hanging out, living it up, living their lives as single men, traipsing around condos, bachelor pads, while y'all sitting there trying to figure out if you want to take the rest of his fucking closet. Y'all got pictures of these motherfuckers up. They've moved on. And it baffles me because y'all there's so many people in Beverly Hills, in your friend groups, in this group of women who have gotten a divorce. Y'all sitting around waiting. Let me tell you something. I bet you Mauricio is getting all his affairs in order. You over there sitting, I don't know if we gonna get a divorce. I'm sure he's getting his moving shit around. Girl, you don't know what the fuck they're doing. You don't know what PK is doing. Somebody's like, PK is broke. We don't know that. We don't know that. Just like Sutton found out she owned a goddamn baseball team, girl. We don't know that. We need to get the forensic attorneys. And so y'all are sitting up there mad at each other, not supporting each other. Because how did it start? Because Kyle and Morgan, and she was pushing you aside, and you made statements and at BravoCon, and now y'all are not talking, and your husbands are around here living their lives. They haven't stopped. Y'all have separated and they're living their lives. We've been in denial. We're like family. I want to do what they're doing. I just want to live. I haven't been able to catch my breath. I haven't either. Well, how has PK, what are you and PK going to do? She says PK has mentioned divorce in a threatening manner. And then y'all just sitting there like, oh, I'm going to let my orchids die. And I don't know if I'm going to take his. I know separating after years and years and years can be hard. I imagine. I don't give a nigga more than 4 years. So I don't know how it is for you to be with somebody for 20 motherfucking years and y'all separated. I can imagine that it's difficult. But one is an alcoholic. He's never home. The other one, there's been rumors forever. You see how they gag Kyle next week? It's so funny how at the end of this episode, she was like, because Dorit says, if he's out on the town living his life like a single man, then we need to go ahead and do this thing. And then Kyle says, yeah, well, I don't think he's doing that. It would be kind of hard to do that in the network of people that we're around. Next fucking week, pictures of Mauricio, right? With a woman, kissing a woman. Hit the blogs, child. The men are ahead of them in the separation process. They said, we're not getting back together. She was like, well, if he's out there acting like a single man, then we might as well do the thing. Kyle says it's hard to do in our world. 1 week later, Mauricio is hugged up, kissing somebody in the mouth. Girl, I guess that answered your motherfucking question. They show Erica calling Kyle. Did you know that was coming? She was like, I did not. Girl. And this is why I get upset, because the women take the men into consideration. They take how they feel into consideration, and the men are moving with no consideration. Not so much with Kyle, because you was bringing Morgan around. You were bringing, and I wonder how he felt about that. I'm sure he felt uncomfortable, right? But there's been rumors about Mauricio for years. We're not going to sit here and act like it hasn't. There has. So finally, I guess he's doing it out in the open, or not going to another country and doing whatever he's doing. Now he's a little bit more comfortable. Y'all sitting there worried about him. Y'all need to be worried about yourself. Put your oxygen mask on first, especially in a motherfucking divorce. I wouldn't give a fuck if that motherfucker choked to death. I wouldn't care. Matter of fact, I would prefer it because that damn life insurance policy. Shit, tell me. I was like, look at them sitting there. And then you guys are supposed to be close. Then Kyle going around saying y'all are not really that close. Kyle's not sharing with you. You saying you don't know what's going on in her household. Then you still texting PK. She wants to know why you still texting PK. You saying you gonna keep a seat. You good at keeping secrets. Girl, y'all so stupid. When y'all needed to be together. Y'all needed to be together, supporting each other. The men have moved on, girl. PK been moved on. PK barely lives there. Okay. Kyle feels funny about going to the house. She said at the beginning of the episode, when she goes home, ain't nobody gonna be there, so she kind of wanted to extend the vacation with Garcelle and Sutton, but she knows, we got to get back home. But she's feeling funny about her house being empty. Anyways, that was the end of the episode. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Girl, I laughed a few times. I really laughed when Garcelle was ordering her drink and she was running out after Sutton, and Erica's behavior. That dress that Erica had on, I'm gonna go get a screenshot of that dress. That dress that she had on, and then she told Kyle, I really like your costume. Kyle didn't have on nothing that would even say costume or even that response, like, "Ooh, I like that, what you got on." She literally had on a strapless onesie and a purse. I don't even think she had on a necklace. Nothing. I really hate that Bose and the girl didn't get a conversation. Kyle, I don't understand why. Do y'all think that she interrupted because she don't want them to make up? That's what the people said. What else? Um, Bose, yeah, the thing with a Dorit and it being one sided and you taking her side and you latching onto her. I do believe it has we need to consider that. We can't act like you didn't come in, latch onto that girl, and now every after show you running fucking Sutton down, everyone, and it's just based on what you see. I think it has a little layer of it is from Dorit. I feel like a little layer of it is from Dorit, right? I feel like it. So you got to be honest about that. Do y'all think that's what Garcelle meant when she was like, she just stopped the whole thing and was like, well, you said you didn't feel welcoming from Kyle. You didn't feel welcome from Kyle. You felt that Kyle was cold to you. Do you feel like she was basically trying to get her to understand how Sutton was feeling? I feel like that maybe that's why Garcelle mentioned that. Bitch, they called Garcelle out, didn't they? You over there protecting Sutton. That's your good Judy. Girl, how come I can't protect my good Judy? But bitch, you just met your good Judy, girl. You don't really know. You don't know that bitch is good at pulling stunts and shows. You don't know that yet. You haven't found that part out about it yet. And I feel like that probably did a disservice to Bose and the relationships with the other women. But she says that with the other women, she has had very deep conversations, just not with Kyle. And it is because of Dorit. I mean, I think we can, I think it's really because of Dorit that she feels that between, um, between her and Kyle. And maybe that's where your loyalty is, like Kyle said, because the way you just scolded us in the front, girl, that was funny. I really want people to watch this show without looking for without the race card, like ready to play the race card. I just don't know how you enjoy the show. And I think maybe I'm used to being in multicultural groups of friends, so nobody's like not. Oh, did she say? Did she say? Was it Was it a microaggression? Did she? Wait, hold on. Let's look at the book, but let's make sure. Like, girl, don't nobody have time to do that. I feel like don't nobody have time to do that. And I think with these shows, because of the viewership coming from of course, all different walks of life, a lot of people are watching when the black girls get on the show with all the white girls, even though these black women are friends with white women like in real life, and they're like in groups like that's their friend groups, or part of their friend groups, multicultural friend groups, right? Multicultural people from all walks of life, religions, everything, hanging out with each other. And when you get people from different parts of the world whose friend group are just like all like friends, like just all one group of people, the same group of people, all black people, all white people, all Latin people, whatever the group is. So when you're watching it, you're looking for all of the, ooh, was that a microaggression because Sutton said that Bose was angry with her, and you're taking it and making like, ooh, she said she was an angry black woman. It's like, no, that's not. Ooh, she called her angry. She said she was angry. No, she said, I don't know. It seems like she's angry with me. is what she said. I feel like if she left off with me, then maybe that might, I feel like she's angry. Then maybe we could be like, no, she said, I feel like she's angry with me. That's what she said. Anyways, so I just want people to enjoy. I mean, we got to enjoy the show. We analyze the show. We get upset. But sometimes I feel like, when are we ever going to be like one band, one sound with it? Like, because there's some things that are just so blatant and obvious. And then here comes somebody talking about, that's not it. Girl, shut up. Anyways, y'all, take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.